Welcome back to Penguin Game Day as we come to you from Penguin City. Once again joined by the head coach of the Penguins, Doug Phillips. And Coach, we got these flags that every fan's going to get on Saturday night when they come to the stadium. Very, very nice.
I'm going to take one home. It'll be in Lincoln's room tonight.
Very, very nice, and TV 21 is proud to be a sponsor of those flags, again, to be given out to every fan on Saturday. So, Coach, South Dakota State, number 2 team in the country, very good program.
Yeah, great program. They've done it the way it should be. It's taken them 20-some years to build it. Now they've coming off national championships. Great pedigree. They do everything the right way, on and off the field. They're very disciplined, fundamentally sound. They might have new coaches, but those coaches have been at South Dakota State.
Yeah, Coach Dan Jackson in his first year. They have a new quarterback who played, in a handful of games.
He torched us last year running the football.
But how good is this team?
They're really good. They are. And that's coming through consistency over time. And they look like the typical South Dakota State. They're going to be big up front. They got their big tight ends. They're going to run the football. They got a quarterback that can run and pass. Defensively, they make it hard. They play such fundamentally sound football that they don't give up easy ones.
We hear a lot about fundamentally sound. How important is that?
I mean, to us, one of the key things going in this game for our defense is habits. We're still working on being the best fundamentally sound football team. Their block destruction. Their D-line, they read a block so quick, they're off you. And that's where you want to get as a program. So for us, it's a great measuring stick.
Well, let's take a closer look at South Dakota State. They're 4-0, 1-0 on the road. Their defense allows 13 points a game. You mentioned their quarterback, Chase Mason, throws for 227 yards a game. Coach, I think the most impressive thing is in his 102 attempts, he has no interceptions.
0 interceptions. That's another thing. So they don't beat themselves, and that's like us going into any game. You cannot beat yourself going into a game like this.
What do they do best?
I'd say establish the run and stop the run. That's what makes them who they are, and they don't give up easy ones. They don't give up explosives on defense. They don't turn the ball over, and they do a great job of stripping. It'll be our greatest challenge of ball security this Saturday night.
I thought it was interesting. You mentioned something at your weekly press conference where the last 18 years, Penguins have won 13% of the games against South Dakota State and North Dakota.
Yeah, and that's the inception of Missouri Valley, and I'm sure they played in the Ron Jaworski years and back then, but we're looking since the Missouri Valley came together as a conference, the percentage is not good, and if we ever want to be back to what this city deserves and what this university deserves, you got to start winning these games.
Coach, 6 o'clock kickoff, so both teams are going to wait a long time on Saturday.
It is, and we've been a pride. This will be our 3rd night game. We did it at Towson. We did it game 1, so we have a pretty good routine of what we do all day Saturday with our players. And come at 6 o'clock, you better be ready to play some great football.
I know you'd like to see a lot of people there on Saturday night.
They're used to playing in front of that 20,000. In the day, that's what the Penguins played in front of. And what that does to a program, what that does for the kids to have that support behind them. And it's going to be a beautiful night, so we need the fans out there and rallying and helping us get that victory.
Coach, keys to the game.
Keys for us is, we got to be aggressive. We got to attack on offense. Defensively, we said it's about habits. We got some very good football players who know we're not there yet, and we got to continue. And hopefully the week we had to prepare, we're ready to play great, sound, fundamental defense. And special teams, that's got to be all about execution. I know we got a great kicker, a great punter, but it comes down to our coverage teams and our protection teams.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck on Saturday. We hope to see everyone at Standby Stadium Saturday night.
Go Gwins.
All right, when we come back, we'll visit with a Valley native on Coach Phillips' coaching staff when Penguin Game Day continues.